Hello, dear learners. I'm your teacher Himanshi Sharma, here today with a new lesson. Before starting with the new lesson, just look at the following pictures carefully. Now tell me what you can see. Yes, there are birds, tree, flowers, bees. Correct. Now, what do all of them remind you? Where you have seen all of them together? The birds, the flowers, the bees, trees. Yes, in the garden. Here you can see a picture of a garden where there are colorful flowers and beautiful butterflies hovering over them. Now look at the next picture. What you can see here? Yes, there are small little fairies. They are casting out magical spells. They are flying. They are jumping. Right. And I believe that you all must have heard of fairy tales, seen movies of fairies. Yes, they all are the same fairies. Now, what if all the fairies come to the garden? What will you call it? Yes, if all the fairies are flying, dancing, singing in the garden, what will you call it? The magic garden. What do we call it? The magic garden. The magic garden was in a school playground. So there was a garden in the school playground, and what was its name? Magic Garden. It was very pretty. Sunflowers and roses stood high against the wall. There were also marigolds, poppies, and pansies. Now we started with the 3 lines from the chapter. The magic garden was in a school playground. It was very pretty. Sunflowers and roses stood high against the wall. There were also marigolds, poppies, and pansies. Now, where was the magic garden? The magic garden was in a school playground. How was the magic garden? The magic garden was very pretty. Now, which flowers grow in the magic garden? Here we read about the 5 flowers. We read the name of 5 flowers which grow in the magic garden. What were them? Sunflowers, roses, marigolds, poppies, and pansies grow in the magic garden. The sunshine fell on this garden more than on any other, and the flowers danced and sang happily. Now, what happens in the magic garden? That the sunshine fell on this garden more than any other garden. The sun shines here more brighter than any other. Right, and the flowers danced and sang happily. The flowers used to dance here and sing. They said to one another, now see what flowers are telling each other. We have hundreds of little gardeners. How many gardeners they have? Hundreds of little gardeners. And who were the little gardeners? They were the little children from the school. Who were the gardeners? The children from the school. One sunny morning, the flowers were talking to the birds. I love all the children, but I love the dear little ones most of all, said a poppy. So now poppy is a flower, and what that flower is saying? I love all the children, but I love the dear little ones most of all. It means the poppy loves the little children most, right? I like them to bring their watering cans and water my thirsty roots. It means poppy likes what? When the little children come with their watering cans to water the roots of the plant. Right? We all know that the plants need water and sunshine to grow. So that's why the little children, the little gardeners, come to the poppy and water its roots. Who were the hundreds of little gardeners? The hundreds of little gardeners were children from the school. Who loves the little children most of all? Poppy loves the little children most of all. How does the children water the roots of plants? The children water the roots of plants with their watering cans. Now moving forward, you can see a picture here. These are the small students, the little students wearing school uniform and playing in the magic garden. They are just talking to flowers and enjoying seesaw, playing with the flowers, right? Yes, said the marigolds. The boys are good to us too. They dig the ground so well. Now, what marigolds are saying here? That boys are good to us too. It means they behave very nicely with us as well. They dig the ground so well. You all know that before sowing the seeds, we need to dig the ground. Right, we need to dig the ground, then put the seeds in. That's why the marigolds are here praising the little boys for being nice to them and digging the ground. Now, who dig the ground so well? Boys dug the ground so well. We love the little children, said a tiny bird. They are kind and they bring bread for us. Now, who loves the little children as well? The tiny bird. And what she's saying? That they are kind and they bring bread for us. All the flowers said, we must work hard to make our dresses very pretty, for the children will be here soon. Here the flowers are talking about making their dresses more pretty, very pretty. For whom? For the little children. What is the meaning of tiny? It means very small or little. How are the little children? The little children are kind. What does the little children bring for birds? The little children bring bread for the birds. What are they bringing? They are bringing bread for the birds. Now moving forward, the sun said, I will help you also, for nothing pleases me better than to see the children running about in the golden sunshine. Suddenly, the children came out laughing and singing, and the flowers stopped their songs to listen to them. Now, the sun is saying that I will also help you. Who is you here? That I will also help the flowers. Why? Because nothing pleases me better than to see the children running about in the golden sunshine. It means the sun also enjoys to see the children when they are playing out in the sunshine. Do you all also like to play in the sunshine? Now, suddenly, the children came out laughing and singing, and the flowers stopped their songs to listen to them. Earlier, the flowers were singing and dancing, but the moment children came out, they were laughing and singing. So the flowers stopped because they wanted to listen to the little children. What pleases the sun? The children running about in golden sunshine pleases the sun. Pleases means something which makes you happy. Like what pleases you most? You can say that when I draw, it pleases me the most. Okay. How did the children come out? The children came out laughing and singing. How were the children coming out from the school? They came out laughing and singing. Now, moving forward. Oh, look at the tall sunflower, said one child, and the sunflower lifted its head very proudly. Another child said, I love the marigolds in its golden dress. The marigold smiled happily. Now, one child is saying, oh, look at the tall sunflower. Just look at how tall the sunflower is. And the sunflower lifted its head very proudly. Now, another child said, I love the marigold in its golden dress. Now, what is the color of marigold's dress? Marigold is a yellow flower and the color of its dress is golden. And then Marigold became happy. If someone comes to you, to your children, and praises you, how do you feel? When your parents say, you are a very good child. When your teacher says, you are a brilliant learner, how do you feel? Yes, you smile happily. Similarly, when the child praises the marigolds for its golden dress, the marigold smiled happily. How is the sunflower? The sunflower is tall. What is the color of Marigold's dress? Yes, the color of Marigold's dress is golden. Now, it was indeed a magic garden because it had fairies too. They danced and sang sweet songs which only the children could hear. Now, who used to come to the magic garden? The fairies. And what did they used to do? They used to dance and sing sweet songs. Who could hear the songs? Only children, right? The fairies used to dance and sing sweet songs for the children. Why is the garden called a magic garden? The garden was called a magic garden because it had fairies. What fairies used to do? The fairies dance and sing songs for the little children. After a time, the fairies came out dancing and talked with the children. Now, first of all, the students came, they started laughing and singing. Now, who came? The fairies. They came out and danced and talked with the children. Their dresses were made of flowers and their wings were made of sunshine. The dresses of fairies were made up of flowers. The wings of fairies were made up of sunshine. It means they were beautiful. They were wearing beautiful dresses which were made up of flowers, and their wings were made up of sunshine. They were shining out. Right. Moving forward. You can see here the fairies, they are talking to children, they are singing, and all the children are very happy to see the fairies. The magic garden was quiet that night. The flowers and birds were asleep and dreaming of the next day when the children would come again. Now, in the last chapter, which was the last chapter you read, learners? Tell me. Good morning. There was a word awake. Awake means not sleeping. Here is the word asleep, which means sleeping. The magic garden was quiet that night. All the flowers and birds went to sleep and they were dreaming. What? That next day the children would come again and how they will enjoy. This is the story adapted from The Fairy Garden by Margaret H. Bolton. Where is the story adapted from? The story is adapted from The Fairy Garden. And who is the author of the story? The author of story is Margaret H. Bolton. Now we will see the new words which we learned in the story. First word is magic, garden, gardeners, playground, sunshine, golden, and dreaming. That's all for today, dear learners. Thank you. Happy learning. Take care.